Hello, friend. Let me ask you something deeply personal. When was the last time you felt truly at ease in your own body? Not pushing through the pain, not adjusting to the discomfort, not brushing it off as just getting older. I mean real ease. The kind where you sleep through the night, move freely, breathe deeply, and feel present in your skin. For many of us after 60, we've learned to settle. We've been told that the aches, the swelling, the tension, the fatigue are just part of the deal. That feeling stiff is expected. That waking up tired is normal. That slowing down is inevitable. But what if we've accepted too much? What if your body isn't giving up? It's just been waiting for the right kind of care. Not another pill, not another procedure, but something safe, familiar, real. Today, we're going back to something beautifully simple. A 2-ingredient remedy made from castor oil and baking soda. Yes, the same one sitting in your pantry right now. No gimmicks, just time-tested healing that reaches places most prescriptions don't. In this video, I'll show you how this forgotten blend can support your joints, ease inflammation, boost your circulation, calm your gut, and even improve your sleep. Not because it masks your symptoms, but because it gently reminds your body how to heal. And here's the best part. It doesn't take months. You can begin feeling the shift in just 7 days. So if you're done settling, if you're ready to remember what feeling well actually feels like, comment ready to heal below, because your age is not your limit and healing is not behind you. It starts now. Castor oil, the healer that goes deep. Let me tell you a story that might sound familiar. There was a time when our mothers and grandmothers didn't run to the drugstore for every ache or discomfort. They opened a cabinet, reached for a thick amber bottle and said, "This will do the job." That bottle? Castor oil. For decades, castor oil has been labeled as old-fashioned, a relic of the past. But here's what most people don't realize. This oil holds more healing power than most modern products on the shelf. The secret lies in its unique structure. Castor oil is rich in a rare fatty acid called ricinoleic acid, which gives it a gift most oils don't have: the ability to sink deep beneath the skin, beyond the surface, where pain and inflammation often live unnoticed. While other treatments only touch what's visible, castor oil goes quietly into the tissue, working from the inside out. That's why it's been used for centuries. Not just for joint pain or swelling, but for everything from digestive relief to skin regeneration. And today, science is finally catching up with tradition. Researchers now confirm that castor oil stimulates the lymphatic system, helping your body move out waste and reduce internal congestion naturally. Think about that. Your body already knows how to heal. Castor oil just clears the path. It's not flashy. It doesn't come with a jingle or a guarantee. But what it offers is something more valuable: relief without risk, comfort without chemicals, and a sense that your body is still listening and still capable. Apply it with warmth, give it time, and you may start to feel something quietly powerful, not a sudden fix, but a shift, a loosening, a soft return to comfort you thought you had to leave behind. And just when you think it can't get better, wait until you see what happens when this oil is combined with one of the simplest powders in your pantry. Baking soda, the cellular catalyst. We all know baking soda as the little orange box that lives in the fridge or pantry. But beyond keeping odors away or helping cookies rise, it holds a secret many don't realize. This powder can be a quiet helper in the healing process. Baking soda, or sodium bicarbonate, is a natural substance your body already knows how to use. And one of its most powerful abilities is this: it helps restore pH balance. That may sound like a small thing, but in truth, your entire body depends on that balance to function properly. As we age, inflammation tends to build quietly. It shows up in our joints, in our digestion, in our skin. Sometimes it feels like we're carrying a heaviness we can't explain. What science now understands is that many of these discomforts are tied to an acidic environment inside the body, a space where pain, swelling, and fatigue thrive. Baking soda offers a gentle nudge in the other direction. When applied to the skin, it doesn't force anything. It simply calms. It draws heat out of swollen tissues. It invites oxygen to return to tight areas. And most importantly, it gives your cells a chance to breathe again. Here's what makes it special. Baking soda doesn't just sit on the surface. It actually opens the door for circulation to improve, for toxins to be pulled closer to the skin where they can be released, and for your lymphatic system to begin flowing more freely. That's why people often report feeling lighter, less stiff, and more grounded after using it for just a few days. Now, here's where the magic begins. When you combine baking soda with castor oil, something remarkable happens. Castor oil has the ability to penetrate deep beneath the skin, while baking soda activates the tissue just beneath the surface. Together, they don't just soothe, they stir healing. One goes in, the other wakes up. It's a bit like giving your body a reset button, not in a dramatic overnight way, but in a quiet, steady way that builds over time. A way that doesn't rely on pills or prescriptions, but rather on your body's natural wisdom and two ingredients that are already in your home. So, how do you actually bring these two together into something your body can use? In the next part, I'll show you exactly how to create the compress step by step so you can begin your own healing journey today. How to make the 2-ingredient healing pack. Let's slow things down and make this simple. This isn't a prescription and it's not a complicated recipe. It's a home remedy. And like many good things, it begins with a simple act of care. You probably already have everything you need. Here's what to gather. 1 tablespoon of cold-pressed castor oil. This type is best because it's pure and retains all its natural healing properties. 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. It should be dry, clean, and ideally stored in a tightly sealed container. A soft cotton cloth, something gentle against the skin, a small piece of plastic wrap or parchment paper to avoid mess, and finally, a warm towel or heating pad to help activate the process. You don't need more than that. No supplements, no pills, just a little time and care. Now, here's what you do. Step 1. Mix 1 tablespoon of castor oil with a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda in a small bowl. Don't stir too quickly. Let it blend slowly. You'll notice the texture turns creamy, almost like a light balm. That's exactly what you want. Step 2. Lay your soft cloth flat and gently spoon the mixture onto the center. Let it soak in. You're creating a small, targeted healing pack. Step 3. Choose where you want to place it. This could be your lower abdomen if you're aiming to soothe inflammation or support your prostate, a sore knee or wrist if you've been struggling with joint pain, your chest for a deep, gentle breath when you feel congested, or even your scalp if you're supporting hair regrowth. Step 4. Place the cloth over the area, mixture side down. Then lay a piece of plastic wrap or parchment over the top to seal in the moisture. Step 5. Add gentle heat. This can be a warm towel or a heating pad on low. Just enough to bring warmth, not hot, not uncomfortable. The warmth opens your skin and helps the remedy reach deeper. How long should you leave it on? Start with 30 to 45 minutes. If your skin feels fine and there's no irritation, you can leave it up to an hour, or even overnight, especially if you're using it on joints or over your belly. How often should you use it? For best results, Try it 3 to 5 times per week. Set aside a few evenings. Think of it not as another chore, but as time you give back to yourself. Some people like to make this a quiet evening ritual right before bed. Soft music, dim lights, a warm compress. Not only does your body begin to heal, but your mind starts to relax too. This is not about perfection. You don't need to do everything right. You just need to begin. If you're reusing the cloth, keep it clean. After each use, store it in a sealed bag in the fridge and refresh the mixture every 2 to 3 days. When it starts to smell sour or feel stiff, it's time to make a new one. This isn't just an old remedy. It's a message to your body, a message that says, I'm listening now. So what happens after a week of using this? What actually changes in your body and in the way you feel? In the next part, we'll hear some powerful stories that show why this simple blend has stood the test of time. What happens in just 1 week? 7 days. That's all it took to remind 3 very different people that their bodies were still listening, still healing, still capable of change. Let's begin with Margaret. She's 68. A grandmother of 6, a former seamstress, and for the past 2 years, someone who dreaded getting out of bed. It wasn't just the aching in her lower back. It was the stiffness in her hips, the burning in her knees, the way everything felt like it took twice the effort. She heard about the castor oil and baking soda compress through a friend. At first, she laughed. You really think some kitchen oil is going to help this old spine? But that night, she gave it a try. She warmed the oil, added just a touch of baking soda, soaked a soft cloth, and placed it over her back while she sat with her evening tea. By the 4th night, she wasn't groaning when she got out of her chair. By the 6th, she slept through without waking from pain. I don't know if it's magic, she told me, but it's something I want to keep doing. My body feels softer, less angry. Then came Philip, 62. A retired factory supervisor, Philip had been silently battling chest tightness for years. He didn't call it pain, just a constant pressure, like his lungs could never fully expand. Doctors ran tests, nothing alarming. But still, the discomfort lingered, especially at night. He placed the compress on his chest, just once at first, then again the next night. By day 3, something shifted. His breaths were deeper, more complete. He didn't realize how shallow he'd been breathing until he finally took a full inhale. It's like my ribs opened up, he said, like I've been holding something in, and now I'm letting it out. And finally, there's Ruth. Ruth is 65, full of light and energy, but recently, her digestion had started slowing her down. Meals made her feel heavy. She dealt with gas, bloating, and that uncomfortable fullness that lasted for hours. She'd stopped wearing some of her favorite clothes because they no longer fit quite right. She applied the compress to her abdomen every evening after dinner. Just 30 minutes. Quiet, calm, and consistent. After 7 days, she sent a message. I finally feel like food isn't fighting me. I wake up light. My clothes feel better. I'm not afraid to eat anymore. What do these 3 stories have in common? They didn't require big changes, just one small act of self-care, one decision to trust their bodies again. No prescriptions, no clinics, no noise, just warm oil, a pinch of powder, and a willingness to believe that feeling better wasn't out of reach. They didn't experience a miracle. They experienced momentum, the kind that builds slowly, gently, day after day, the kind that reminds us healing isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet and deeply real. Now you might be thinking, these are just stories. But what does science have to say? Let's break it down and look at what's happening inside your body when you use this remedy and why it works. The 6 conditions this blend supports. The power of castor oil and baking soda isn't about fixing one symptom. It's about restoring balance across the body, gently, naturally, and with surprising range. Let's explore 6 areas where this blend is making a meaningful difference, especially for those of us navigating life after 60. 1. Prostate discomfort and swelling. For men, an inflamed prostate often goes hand in hand with restless nights and constant bathroom trips. Castor oil's ability to penetrate tissue allows it to reach deep into the pelvic region, easing internal pressure. When combined with baking soda's pH balancing effect, this blend helps create a more stable environment, reducing swelling and supporting normal bladder function without medication. 2. Aching joints and stiffness. You don't need to push through joint pain. This blend helps soften the inflammation that keeps your knees stiff or your shoulders tight. Castor oil is known for increasing lymph flow, helping your body clear out cellular waste. Baking soda enhances this detoxification by reducing local acidity, so you're not just masking pain, you're clearing what contributes to it. 3. Thinning hair and scalp sensitivity. Hair loss can feel like something you just have to accept, but your scalp may simply need nourishment and balance. Castor oil helps deliver oxygen and nutrients to the follicles, while baking soda can gently unclog pores and reduce buildup. This isn't just about growing hair. It's about restoring a healthier, cleaner scalp so your hair has a chance to thrive again. 4. Digestive irregularity and bloating. Whether it's constipation, discomfort, or sluggish digestion, the belly often holds tension, especially as we age. Castor oil stimulates the intestines naturally through the skin, while baking soda helps support a calm, alkaline environment for the digestive organs. Together, they provide relief without harsh laxatives or digestive irritants. 5. Skin issues. From spots to dryness. Your skin reflects your internal state. Dry patches, sunspots, and uneven tone often stem from deeper imbalances. Castor oil hydrates and promotes the production of elastin and collagen. Meanwhile, baking soda provides gentle exfoliation and lightens pigmentation. Used consistently, this blend revives tired skin, helping it appear smoother, softer, and more even-toned. 6. Circulation and energy flow. If your hands and feet are always cold, or if your legs feel heavy after sitting, you may be dealing with poor circulation. Castor oil improves blood flow by supporting nitric oxide production, allowing vessels to expand. Baking soda, by reducing tissue acidity, helps muscles receive oxygen more effectively. The result? Warmer limbs, steadier energy, and a stronger sense of vitality. Each of these benefits isn't isolated, they're connected. A healthier gut improves your skin. Better circulation lifts your energy. Less inflammation supports better sleep. And remember, healing doesn't have to come in a bottle from the pharmacy. Sometimes it's in the very ingredients already sitting in your kitchen cabinet. Before you reach for that cloth and bottle, there's something just as important as the remedy itself: using it safely. In the next section, we'll go over the essential steps to make this blend work with your body, not against it. Let's make sure you're fully prepared. Safety first. 5 things to know before you begin. Before you begin using the castor oil and baking soda blend, it's important to pause, not out of fear, but out of respect. This is not a quick fix or a trendy health fad. It's a powerful, time-tested tool that works best when used thoughtfully. So let's walk through 5 simple but essential guidelines to help you use this remedy safely and effectively. First, never use baking soda directly on your skin, especially raw or irritated areas. While baking soda is a natural substance, its alkaline nature makes it surprisingly potent. Applying it undiluted can cause burning, dryness, or even micro tears in the skin barrier. Especially as we age and our skin becomes thinner and more delicate, we have to treat it with even more care. Always combine baking soda with a carrier, and in this case, castor oil is the perfect one. Second, when mixing, let castor oil take the lead. Start with the oil, then slowly add baking soda to it. This isn't just about getting the texture right, it helps the two ingredients combine in a balanced way. Mixing the other way around often leads to gritty clumps that don't spread evenly and may be too harsh for sensitive areas like the belly, joints, or scalp. Third, always test the blend on a small area of skin before full use. Even if you've used castor oil or baking soda before, combining them can create a more intense effect. Do a patch test. Apply a small amount of the mixture to the inside of your arm or behind the knee, places where your skin is thinner. Wait at least 20-30 minutes and monitor for any redness, itching, or discomfort. Your body's response is the best guide. Fourth, never apply directly to the skin without a soft cloth or wrap. Think of the cloth not as a barrier, but as a bridge. It slows absorption, protects your skin, and allows the remedy to work gently over time. Using a cotton or flannel cloth between the blend and your skin helps avoid any potential irritation and keeps everything secure and mess-free, especially during overnight applications. Fifth, this is a topical treatment. Do not take it internally unless specifically advised by a healthcare professional. Although castor oil has been used as an internal remedy in the past, it can cause severe digestive discomfort, dehydration, or worse if misused. And baking soda, when consumed in excess, can alter the body's natural pH in unsafe ways. The external method, soothing, warming, deeply penetrating, is more than enough for most people. This isn't just about applying something to your skin, it's about building trust with your body again. These safety steps aren't limitations, they're part of the ritual. A reminder that healing is something we do with our bodies, not to them. And here's the surprising part. As you follow this simple practice, folding the cloth, applying the oil, sitting quietly with warmth on your skin, something deeper begins to shift, not just in your joints or your digestion, but in the way you feel about your own healing journey. Let's explore that next. The deeper gift of healing. When most people begin using natural remedies like castor oil and baking soda, they often expect small physical changes, less joint pain, better digestion, maybe improved sleep. And those changes do happen. But what surprises people most isn't just what happens on the outside. It's the quiet, internal shift that begins to take root. Because healing isn't just physical. It's emotional. It's personal. It's the return of something you didn't even realize was missing. The sense that your body still responds, still wants to feel well, still has the wisdom to repair itself. For years, perhaps even decades, you've lived with a subtle undercurrent of tension. You've grown used to pushing through pain, to ignoring fatigue, to accepting that discomfort was just a part of life after 60. But here's the truth that this simple practice begins to uncover. Your body has never stopped working for you. It's simply been waiting for you to slow down enough to notice what it needs. This blend, so gentle, so unassuming, does something powerful when used with intention. It teaches you how to care again, not just to treat symptoms, but to tend to yourself with the same patience and care you've offered others for so long. You begin to notice more, you begin to feel more, and in that presence, you begin to heal, not just physically, but emotionally. This is the deeper gift, the one that doesn't come in a bottle or a pill, but grows with every moment you choose to tune in, to soften, and to believe that your best days aren't behind you. They're still unfolding, one breath at a time. So if you've made it this far, if something inside you has stirred while listening, maybe this isn't just a remedy for your body. It's an invitation to come home to yourself. You're not too late. You're right on time. So many of us carry the weight of regret. The belief that we should have started sooner, done more, cared for ourselves better. But the truth is, you're right on time. Healing doesn't follow a schedule. It waits for readiness. It waits for you. You don't need another product that promises quick fixes. What you need is a way back to your body's natural rhythm, a rhythm that's quieter but infinitely wiser. So let this be your first step. If you feel that small but strong yes in your heart, I invite you to type "ready to heal" in the comments. Let it be your declaration, not to me, but to yourself. If this video offered insight, hope, or even just a moment of peace, please click like. And if you want more guidance rooted in nature and designed for life after 60, don't forget to subscribe. Because you deserve to feel good again, not for anyone else, but for you. And healing? It doesn't begin out there. It begins right here with a small, steady choice to believe in your body once more.